So today is March the 24th, 2017. And I just wanted to touch base. It's been a while. Um, Several things I guess I want to share with you. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be 39. And I know a lot of you've heard me say, like, I'm not 40 yet. And so thank goodness, like, tomorrow gives me one more year to find my life, to get it together. But, you know, I've really been thinking a lot because a lot of my statuses or a lot of things that I'll write, I always put, took me 39 years to realize whatever. And March has a lot to do with that. Like, so I thought just take a few minutes and tell you, like, March 15th was an anniversary of us losing this teenage boy. They had been part of our lives and that we adored, and he fought leukemia and was healed by going to heaven that day 5 years ago. And soon after he died, his uncle wrote me a letter, and in that letter he said, Rachel, we all recognize that God just placed you in his life to walk cancer with. I was blown away by that. Blown away because that's humbling that somebody recognized that, but also humbling because I don't know that I would have said yes if they had asked me ahead of time. Like if God had said, hey, Rachel, there's this kid, and I'm going to introduce you, and you're going to walk this little journey, and then he's going to come be with me. No. No. Like my heart broke in two the day he went to be with Jesus. But you know what else? Like as I've gotten past this little like year and then 2 years and 3 years, like I am blessed to have been able to be part of his life. His family's life, his mother and I are good friends, his sister. And to watch him fight like he did and the faith that he had, the love for the simple things, him getting healed and going to Jesus and me being there changed me forever and in a good way. So I think some things in life we just say yes to. We don't think about them. We don't have to decide. We don't have to map them out. Like we just say yes. And they play out. And that was a painful ending to the playing out, but like so worth the journey. And then on March the 17th, it would have been my wedding anniversary. I would have been married 16 years. And there's a lot of things I could say like, or I don't want to remember. But that was a planned out thought process. Like we planned it out. We dated. We were engaged. We planned the wedding. And still, like some people would say, but you did it for what? Like all for a loss. And I've had days where I just feel like that. But at the end of the day, no. No. There was a lot of good. And there's 7 kids that came out of that. 7 kids that I couldn't have had any other way. But they came along in that journey. And so, if I focus on all this awful and bad that is easy to grab on, then I lose the good. So why do that? So it took me 39 years to realize that sometimes you're going to make a decision and you're going to plan it out, and at the other end it's not going to be what you think, but that's okay. As long as you learn from it, I guess. Like I've been really contemplating regrets and like, are regrets okay? Are we allowed to regret what we've done? And I guess, we're allowed to feel what we feel, but like learn from whatever, good, bad, and ugly. Because the path that we're given is supposed to be wonderful and it's intended for good, but we're human and we make mistakes. My son yesterday turned 21. And as I was talking to people about him and just bragging about how good he's doing in the Army and how much I miss his hugs, came the story of how he came to live with our family at 10 and how life changed over. And that was a decision that we almost just were like, okay, come, live, be. We've got it figured out. And I promise you, I didn't have it figured out. His dad didn't have it figured out. But on the other end of 11 years later, he's amazing. And so, like, it was so hard sometimes with him. And I know that I would be in my room. I'd be like, if he does not get it together, I cannot do this. And I know, looking back, he probably was in his room if she does not get it together. But we walked it, and we lived a life of memories that like make me laugh until I cry and make me miss him every day. And that was another decision that like, it wasn't super planned out, but it was certainly what God wanted. You know, I've also learned that like small can be more. I think for some time I felt like I had to have more people around me. I needed to have friends, and I needed to be known. And certainly none of that's true. Like, I unfortunately have walked this journey where now with separation and divorce, people just take teams, and people that you would never have thought like don't speak to you anymore. And I have friends that have like turned their back because things are hard or ugly or too much, and I don't blame them. Some days my chaos is too much for me. So I can be bitter and resentful, or I can realize that this, what I have, and my real people that have stood by me are real. And they're amazing and wonderful, and their hearts are pure. Today, this friend of mine from Lynchburg hit me up, and he said, I want to come and take you out for your birthday and just go to dinner. I mean, those are the friends we count on. They're not the everyday, I've got to stalk them down and find out what they're doing. But he loves me for who I am, and I love him. We've been friends for years and years and years. Let's pour into our friendships. It took me 39 years to realize that friendship is so much more than a Facebook status or an everyday conversation, but it's gotta be real. So on my 39th birthday tomorrow, like, I want you to know that I'm walking into this 39th year stronger and with more determination to make good decisions about people and to love intentionally the ones that are in my life. And I'm going to let them love me. I'm going to look at myself more positively. I'm really going to try. And I want you to do the same. So celebrate your birthday with me. I don't love cake and ice cream. I love my mama's pound cake. So eat something that you love tomorrow and think about me. And just remember, you can make a quick decision or planned out, and it doesn't always turn out the way you want it to. But we can learn and we can be better. And tomorrow, I'm going to be better. See you guys later.